Hey everybody, my name is Olivia and welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing my July 2020. I cannot believe it is July already. So right now I'm just making a space for my brain dump and a space for YouTube ideas because I had some space left over from last month. So for this month's theme, I decided to go in a fairy direction, kind of. What inspired me to choose this fairy type of theme was I just finished watching a Korean drama called Flower Boy Next Door. 100% recommend. It was amazing, by the way. I loved it very much. In this drama, the male lead, Enrique, is sometimes referred to as a fairy because of how much he smiles and likes to help other people smile and just to help them overcome their problems. Another character in this drama is a webtoon artist. So I was going to do kind of a webtoon kind of thing with the fairies, maybe like a chibi kind of thing, but then I realized that I'm not that good of an artist. I copy things from pictures and I have a really hard time making up my own kind of drawings. So right now I am just drawing a fairy house for the title page. This house is actually a reference to The Sims 3. In The Sims 3 Supernatural pack, there is a fairy house and I just searched that up and I try to copy that. Right now I am drawing a circle window and I am not good at circles, I can tell you that much, but I try my best. Also, I'm not that great at bushes. I'm not great at drawing plants. However, overall, I think this house came out pretty well. I'm pretty proud of it myself. Another theme that you will see throughout my layout this month is the use of fairy lights, or at least my version of fairy lights. I'm not actually sure if I drew them correctly, but I pretty much just did little swirls like the cord and then I put in little balls of lights. I said in my last video that my next video, which would be this one, would be another mid-year freakout tag for music, and I was totally planning on that. But one, I forgot how close July was, and two, I am not at my house and I really want to film that video in my room because I don't want my family to hear me because I was planning to do a little bit of a dance party in that video and I don't want them to walk in on me. I think I return home sometime next week, so I will definitely still post that video even though it will already be in July and pretty much the mid-year is done, but you know, I do things late. That's just how I roll. So I said I copy pictures and that's literally what I'm doing in this. I'm trying to recreate like little swirls of vines or grass on the house and I don't think it was the best idea to do that. I kind of regret it, but if it looks fine to y'all, then I guess it's okay. I can work with it because coloring it in later, it looks a little better. I also forgot to mention that later on I'll probably change up a few things. Like I know I go back later on and add some lights to the brain dump and YouTube section because I forgot to do that. Yes, I know this is kind of an all purple house. I didn't actually know what that color would be. I knew it was probably like a shade of purple. I just didn't know if it would look good or not. I didn't test it out beforehand because I am honestly kind of lazy lately. It's kind of a problem this quarantine. I just knew I was kind of feeling a purple roof, and I didn't know exactly what would go with a purple roof, so I just went with all purple. I don't know why coloring takes me so long, but we're finally on to my monthly spread for July. Honestly though, watching me draw these lines, I am so slow. I think I was just being extra careful since I don't have a ruler and I don't really like using ruler, but I didn't want lines to be totally out of whack. So I was trying to be as straight as possible. Sorry for that little weird transition thing. I actually took a break because it was really late, or actually early in the morning when I was filming before, and I wanted sleep, and plus my eyes were having a hard time focusing, and I didn't think that was great for when I was trying to draw straight lines. Now I am just drawing a few stars because I wanted to fill up the space, and I was just kind of feeling stars. I've been really liking cute things, and I think stars are pretty cute. And also, I know I could have abbreviated the words of the day, but I already wrote Sunday and it was too late before I realized it. As you can see, I am just using my pink highlighter to make little lights for the fairy lights, and I'll also go back later and do the same to the brain dump and YouTube section. I just don't do it in the video. Another thing I think I do off screen is I will color in and number the calendar. You'll see all of that in my flip through at the end, and I just colored it every other between pink and green because I think pink is cute, and I was kind of going for a nature kind of fairy thing, and I thought green would be good with pink. I just finished writing a quote, and it says, "Even miracles take a little time," and that was said by the fairy godmother. Again, sorry for that weird transition. My camera stopped filming. That doesn't happen again, so don't worry, all the weird transitions are done. So now we're on to my playlist, and I actually really enjoyed this last month. Last month was the first month that I tried this layout out because I've been listening to a lot of different genres. I kind of switched up the genre order though, and that was definitely not a good idea. I also tried to do the little thing where I made the words into fairy lights, and I gave up after 2 tries because I didn't have enough space, and so I just didn't think it looked very good. So I switched the order because actually some of the boxes are a little bigger, and I wanted more room for the ones that I listen to more often, but I think that I'll change the order back next month because in my mind it just works better that way. So now I'm doing my mood tracker, and for this I saw a picture where it was like flowers, but they're all heart shapes, and I really like hearts. And also in my favorite book they were talking about hearts and hidden hearts. Well, actually, it was a fan fiction based off of my favorite book, which is the Ghost Bird series by C.L. Stone. A lot of people actually haven't heard of this because for some reason my favorite books that I discovered when I was younger, a lot of people haven't heard of, and I think that's because I pretty much just read whatever was free on my Kindle. Something that I did off screen because I decided to do it last minute was I decided to color in the flower petals, and I alternated between one flower being pink and one flower being green. I did this because last month I did something different than what I usually do. Usually I color in my tracker according to a certain color that relates to a certain emotion, but last month I changed it to just writing down a word because sometimes it helps express me more. Because honestly, last month sometimes I would just put ugh and that was it, and I've been really liking that, so I'll probably continue with that for a while. Along with that, I also have my sentence diary where I just write one sentence a day, every day. Even though I don't always do it every day, I try my best. Sometimes I write down my feelings, but this is more so where I can write down events and things I can just look back on and remember. I know it might seem like an overkill, but I also do a mood graph just so I can see overall how I am feeling. I also like to write a quote on the right side next to the graph. This month I wrote down, "Those who don't believe in magic never find it," and that is by Ronald Dahl. Finally, we're on the last page of this month's layout, and this is my gratitude page. I like doing this just because it makes me feel better if I'm in a bad mood, and it just makes me more grateful, and I can think back on good things that happened in the day. Right now I am writing a quote that says faith and trust and a little pixie dust, because if I'm doing a fairy theme, I of course have to put in a little Tinkerbell reference because that's the fairy I grew up with and she's iconic. Also, all of my fairies have been just black silhouettes because I may have overestimated my art skill when choosing the theme, and I totally forgot that I am really bad at drawing anything human-like. I cannot even copy it. I'm just bad at drawing anything related to humans. So a black silhouette just seemed like the safest option. But overall, I really like this theme and I think it turned out pretty well.